It took me a good few minutes to get into Munro. Once I did, I found this to be so fascinating, and I kind of keep thinking about it even though I watched it a couple of days ago. And I still can't quite make up my mind about what it's actually about and what message it was trying to give. But I have to say, it was really intriguing. This was released in 1961, directed by Seth Deitch and written by Jules Feiffer, and it actually won the Academy Award for the Best Animated Short. And I understand why. It's thought provoking, it's moving, it's very interesting. The animation style is unique. I liked it. It's not my favourite kind of animation style, but there's something about it that's quite pleasing and quite satisfying to watch. And it's kind of almost childlike in the drawing design, which really reflects the character of it, the character of Munro, who is our protagonist. So the narrative for this is, it sounded unusual when I watched it. But it's about this little boy called Munro who is 4 years old, and he is drafted into the army. And suddenly he starts being forced to, march with the other members of the army and take part in drills and all of these things. And he keeps telling people he's only 4, and they will not listen to him. And there's this brilliant scene, I won't spoil it too much, but there's this brilliant moment where he's advised to go and see the doctor, and the doctor asks what's wrong, and he says he's only 4. The doctor obviously assuming this is some kind of psychological response where he just feels like he's 4 years old. And, Munro's starting to question whether or not he is 4 years old. With regards to the ending, I won't say how it ends, but I'm not sure what to make of it. I'm still left wondering what they were trying to do with this. Are they trying to just say that real men can only join the army? That doesn't seem like the message they would be given. There's nothing on Wikipedia or anything about what Deitch was trying to do with this, or what the kind of message was meant to be. And I will be honest, I don't think the message is very clear from the short, but it's certainly very interesting. Are they trying to say that the army would just recruit absolutely anybody? I don't know. I think there are lots of ways that you could look into it. Maybe it's meant to be open to interpretation. Or maybe it's just a story about a 4-year-old boy who was drafted to the army and nobody noticed. Who knows? But I found it very interesting. But as I said, it did take a little while to get going. Out of the 9 or so minutes it lasted, I'd say it took a good 2-3 minutes to get into it, which is not terrible. But certainly I would have liked to have kind of enjoyed it a bit more quickly. But then maybe when I watch it again, which I probably will watch this at some point again, I might have a different appreciation for the beginning of it, because it's a very different kind of, I assume it'll be a very different kind of experience the second time round. But I liked it. I really liked the character of Munro. I thought it was very sweet. Very nice little narrative that's a little bit confusing and a little bit slow to progress. But I have to say I can see why it won. There were some other good nominees that year. Goliath 2 is one that I really enjoyed. But Munro certainly was a surprise that has left a lasting impression on me. I will watch it again. Please do give it a watch and let me know kind of your interpretation of it. But I have to say it's much better than I initially thought it would be.